And we're hopefully back.
Woo!
I'm hoping we're back.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna find the live stream so I can actually see what's going on. Oh, look at that.
Well, tell me when you...
Gaze in awe as the stream team try and work out just how much delay is on YouTube's thing.
Okay. Tell me when you see it jump to slot 2 and back. Oh, if you're not even there, Jesus.
Oh, this is not promised. There we go. There.
Okay. Slot 1 and back.
It's like a 7-second. That's slot 2, slot 3, slot 2.
Okay.
Slot 1 and back.
Okay, that's quite a long delay.
Okay. Looks well, like
I'm also fairly certain that the volume settings have reset themselves since I stopped streaming and started again.
Who can be
Because
sure?
everything in this game sounds louder than it did a second ago. So, huzzah!
Well,
would anyone care to do any... I was going to say do voice acting, but it's just going through by itself.
It'll do its own thing. Also, my internet's deciding to be absolutely atrocious and therefore is refusing to keep up. So, welcome to Stream Team Classic, I guess, when we used to watch the mix of window for Tank Dating Sim.
But tonight is Halloween, so please go out and make... Oh, I've just realised, yeah, my voice acting is going to be way behind the actual dialogue.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the guy reading the Candy Crisis papers was saying you're grounded at that point, pretty much.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, looks like the only option is that Crazy Man has to do all the voices for everything.
It goes too quickly for that.
He's going to be one of those. He's going to be one of those performers that like plays every role,
right?
Kind of thing.
No, I'm not. Right. More importantly,
you're basically Eddie Murphy.
Listen. Right. There are these two people in front of us, right? And so that they don't fight, we're putting one in total control of the other, because that is how you avoid any sort of conflict. So pick who do we want in total control? The human on the left or the human on the right?
Human on the right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's better to let her have her way.
Right. Okay.
She has a more trustworthy, if equally identical, face.
It's just the haircut that's different, I think.
I prefer the hair on the right.
If you blow this night for me, I swear I will finish my sentence at some other point.
Just wanna blow the night away.
I swear I'll tell Marky to Oh God.
Oh yes,
So
we have 2 candies. We can't get in here. Marvelous.
Oh, look at it. Yeah, no, I've definitely played at least 5 minutes of this game before.
Does anybody else feel this looks quite similar to Eeny Meeny Halloweeny?
It does, doesn't it?
Just is like a block. Eeny Meeny Halloweeny, by the way, is a game that only us 3 have seen because it comes out tomorrow. It's my new Halloween game that Noodles helped with and Crazy Man also helped playtest with, which looks slightly like this.
Just
it's good.
in the graphics.
But better because I did the music for it.
Oh.
We just got stale desiccated marzipan. That was pretty good though.
Did we? Oh, good.
Yeah.
We're also apparently a robot who's terrified of things.
You're hurting my rep. Your costume's really shit, you weird fab lolly looking weirdo. See, I'm waiting in suspense to see what happens when the door opens.
Oh, you're gonna love it, dude. It was great.
Oh, sweet Jesus! It's like Yoda Shrek, I guess. If I had to elevator pitch that to somebody.
Well, that's what lackeys are for. Anyway, let's go to the next door.
Okay, I'm going to assume find find the sibling.
What? They were slowing us down, apparently. I want to go to the next door. Oh, they won't let me. Spoil sports.
Did you notice the plot? Go do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
The plot went that way.
It's been standing there for a while. Can't speak. A while.
It's just weird, like Yoda, Shrek, and the sibling just kind of like sitting there, just being like, "You reckon he's gonna show up anytime soon?" Oh, there we go.
Mummy gang. They won't let you go into their hood until you have enough street cred.
Oh good God.
Or a giant piece of candy.
I swear that door wasn't there yesterday.
The one time the council have actually put something in there, and it's a gated community, that actually says a lot. This game is actually some very, very, very spry social commentary. Is this?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, watching with a massive delay was a lot easier when we were operating on 1 frame of animation per 20 minutes.
Well, yeah. I would have gone for a slower game, but yeah, I didn't realise we were going to have this issue.
Nah, it's good. It's fine. It keeps us on our toes. And also...
Well, luckily,
just
we were secretly a Transformer, so we will defeat Yoga Shrek quite easily.
Oh, good Christ. Okay, yeah, that got really anime really quickly.
Yep.
I think I'm behind you,
that Elon Musk was on about.
Oh yeah, I'm a little behind you as well. This is just great.
Oh, okay. So, alright, I can get behind this. This is a really cool little system.
Yeah, I quite like it so far. It's not tricky, but oh, I got a special move.
Well, I look forward to seeing it in approximately 7 seconds' time. But yeah, this is really cool. It's got really, I love the art style. And it's very, yeah, they're doing comic booky stuff as well because children and such. This is well good. Well good little game.
I like the little village around you because you're like especially this giant mech. Just like tiny little houses and things.
Didn't even notice that. I was too busy looking at the design of the mech. It's a really cool, really well designed mech. Halloween is my type of thing. I bought a pumpkin.
Make believe.
I bought a pumpkin like 3 days ago. Oh, no, not even
I
that.
thought you were going to say off
God,
eBay.
my brain is making excuses for me. It was like a week ago. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it.
Carve it?
Tesco just kind of have them now. And I was like, oh, well, no. 'Tis the season. And now I just have one in my kitchen.
Is it me or does this Dorsilla just put other people in mind of dolphins?
I think that's just you.
You want dorsal
Oh no, we have no costume.
or a whale?
Oh no, my costume is gone. My night is ruined. Ignore the fact that my twin seems to have been abducted by Yoda Shrek. That doesn't matter. I've lost the cool costume. My rep is ruined now.
And you're gonna get grounded. So brother going missing, quite decent. Costume going missing. It balances it out, if a little bit worse.
Meow. Oh, I really want to make commentary, but it's so bad because it's like double delayed for viewers. It's kind of stupid.
Oh look, I found paper with my robot costume drawn on it. That's basically a costume, right? If I just stick that piece of paper to me, people will know what I'm supposed to be.
It's the ultimate costume. It's like just writing dinosaur on it.
Yeah, basically.
And saying that's your costume.
It's alright. This game is alright because it has it is trash candy. Just like all good games.
Do you guys do Halloween much? Like, do you like do Halloween? That's
Oh no, no, I don't really.
You guys not, go out on the weekend closest to Halloween all dressed up?
I made a mild effort when I was a younger child, but the thing is, I grew up in a tiny little village on the edge of a town where most of the population are elderly Christians.
Right.
Did not think much of Halloween.
Yeah.
So most of the houses did not really want to take part, and there aren't that many kids up there either at the time, so it was a bit naff. Plus, I'm too lazy to put effort into costumes.
I usually just make my mates, one of my mates, because I've got a couple of mates that like proper go off on it. So they insist that everybody does costumes. So I just get them to draw a skull on my face or something like that. But yeah, where I'm at, there's like the pub to person ratio is quite decent. So the one pub we have always goes out on Halloween, like goes the hell off. There's karaoke, decorated everything. It's great. Everyone knows each other in there 'cause it's a proper locals pub, so no one's there like, oh, I don't want to make an arse of myself, because we've made an arse of ourselves many times in front of these people.
So
Crazy Man and I's.
Sorry to interrupt your costume story. Whilst you were doing that, I magically rebuilt my costume and now I have roller skates.
Woo!
Nice.
Heck yeah!
Now we're rolling. I
Fuck's
was gonna say, Crazy Man and I had our regular pub, which was basically dressed as Halloween all the time. It was this amazing pub called the Hobgoblin, and it was like, I always had like spider webs and like fake spiders and stuff in the ceiling, and generally quite sort of grungy but really, really cool pub. And then they closed down, sadly.
Aww. That sucks. Yeah, no, luckily my pub somehow has managed to escape being shut down every week.
Every week?
Not even every year, every passing week. That's definitely what I meant to say. But yeah, no. The worst costume I ever came out with was I was going out into town. I hate going out into town because my town for me is terrible. So I just went like how I normally dress, and I got a text that's like, "What are you going out as?" I was like, "I'm going as the effects of 1980s capitalism on the millennial generation." In the sense that I was just going as me. And they said, "At least put in some effort." So I put a tie on.
I think I remember seeing a tweet about that from you.
I think I ended up like having a noose as a tie at one point, which actually looked pretty good. It was like, you know, paracord and everything, so it was like I had a proper noose as a tie, and it was like, okay, cool. It's in poor taste now, obviously, but as a younger person, didn't really think about that. And it got confiscated from me in the first pub we tried to go into, which in hindsight, yeah, fair play. So she's gonna walk into a public area with a noose. That's yeah. So that was about as far as that costume went. That was by far the worst costume I've ever gone out in.
Huh.
So I was gonna ask, you know, what are the worst costumes you two have ever been in? But you know, it seems like Halloween's not really a thing that you guys are that behind.
I don't like mind the concept. I'm just usually not bothered. Like,
I'm a little old for it now.
of all
Halloween is like Marmite in the sense that the concept.
I'm dressed up as an adult.
Mm.
Give me sweets that I can resell for rent.
I don't really eat sweets anymore. I think like I'll have Skittles because I am a massive child, but like I'm not going to go out of my way to.
I'm not. I've never really been one for like candy, like hard sweets. Occasionally I'll buy chocolate. I quite like chocolate sometimes. And I guess Nutella. I quite like Nutella.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Nutella. I'd say dietary requirements kind of make it difficult for me to have sweets and chocolate.
Yeah, there aren't that many good vegan sweets. Although sugared almonds are pretty good. They're vegan.
Ooh, those.
For those who don't know what sugared almonds are, they're basically like a whole almond that has been like dipped repeatedly in layers and layers of sugar and then colored, and it's just like, it's so nice.
Yeah, sounds good. I'd say like dark chocolate usually is fine, so I eat a fair amount of that. I have some in my room actually. Ooh, I'm gonna go grab that in a sec. But things like, you know, jelly beans, can't have those anymore. Haribo, nope.
I was never a big fan of jellied sweets.
I used to love jelly beans, and then I say and then I grew up as if, age is a marker of jelly beans no longer being tasty. But yeah, as I say, veganism kind of, the things we do the things that I impose upon myself for animals, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to go find that chocolate.
The kid.
Oh, God. I say I'm going to go find that chocolate. I think I've made it literally impossible for me to get out of this room. Hang on.
And you're surrounded by a net of cables.
I'm surrounded by a net of cables. I have a really old 4x3 computer monitor behind the chair. I have the microphone stand in the only place where my chair can swivel round. So I'm now currently, if you would picture, trying to jungle gym my way around that. And
Crazy man, are you trying and failing to run from this small child?
I've done it.
Sorry, I muted myself to cough. I would say succeeding, and if you notice there, the cutscene started in a very weird place. But,
I didn't notice. I was too busy on the other side of the landing getting chocolate.
and you didn't even bring some for the rest of us.
Well, there's 2 squares left, so you can fight me if you like.
I would, but I think if I was to turn up, you'd just stuff your face filled with chocolate and not actually give me any. I think you'd be very mean like that.
Damn it! Plan foiled again. Ha! Foiled, like the foil on this chocolate that I'm about to eat.
You just can't help but rub it in, can you?
Nope. Gonna rub in that melty chocolate so it makes a mess and gets everywhere.
That policeman just threatened a child with arrest and imprisonment as a Halloween prank.
In fairness, it wasn't even a Halloween prank. It was being chased by bullies that I was then running from.
This is turning into a very sort of like extreme end of YouTube scenario now. This is like we're just turned to a prank channel.
Anyway, so I had a sort of bad experience with gelatin as a kid. My dad and I tried to make a cake for my mum, which had gelatin in the recipe. By the way, hi, Dragon. And there was some sort of problem where the gelatin kind of like, it coagulated. It created like little sort of gristly lumps inside the cake because it didn't mix properly. And it was disgusting. And it really put me off jellied sweets in general. The only kind of gelatine style thing I really eat now is Jaffa cakes, which are technically vegetarian, and marshmallows, because marshmallows are delicious.
I need to make marshmallows. You can make vegan marshmallows. No idea how.
When I was vegetarian marshmallows were like really hard to find and didn't really work. It was like an American thing, if anything. I haven't tried to find them since I've become non-veggie, so I don't really know anymore.
I've definitely found vegan marshmallows from somewhere. I think people gave me some at one point, and I stupidly didn't ask where they got them from. So yeah, I need to hunt them down. They definitely exist. This chocolate, for the people that are interested, is 70% dark chocolate with bits of raspberry in it.
Ooh, I had some.
By JD Gross.
Really nice.
So did they replace the milk with raspberries?
Yes, they did. This chocolate is made by a company called JD Gross, and I am just now, for the first time, realizing how dumb of a name that is to go into food with.
JD Gross.
But yes, it is made with the finest Arriba cocoa beans, and is fair trade, apparently. And fucking hell. 1 square. Of which I have eaten many in one sitting, contains 15% of my recommended intake of saturates.
Well, at least you've got your intakes worth.
Jesus.
Well, it's good that we're sort of looking at scary things during this Halloween.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Jesus. 1 square has 4% of my recommended intake of sugar. Sweet Jesus, the sweetest Jesus.
Yes, and dark chocolate traditionally has a lot less sugar in it than milk.
Well, if anyone wants to try and hunt this down, because it is very good chocolate, regardless of the fear that is now instilled in me, but it's from Lidl. It's fantastic.
I kind of want chocolate
Although
now.
the bits of raspberry do get stuck in your teeth for like half an hour, and that's annoying. But 9 out of 10.
Hey, Raid Commander and Competenter Kicks. Competenter Kicks Cakesy. I remember.
What a name.
The earlier Game Mode 4
Please
stream.
explain that name to us. But hello.
In case it's not clear, this is not Game Mode 4. This is the other stuff we stream on the channel. In this case, it's Costume Quest, which is some game
Mode 4 is really advanced in the last week.
Yeah, this module completely changes things and adds circles to Minecraft.
This module introduces Tim Schafer.
Yes, the Tim Schafer module.
Oh dear.
I'm just going around slapping people with bags of candy because I can. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing at this point.
Actually, the candy bar in the top left of the screen, those, I don't know what they're called. They're like violets or something?
Yeah, they're like Parma Violets or Love
Parma
Hearts.
violets. I actually quite like those. Those are some of the few hard sweets that I like.
I tell you what has been the bane of my ability to remember the last month and my bank account over the course of it.
Parma
I discovered
violets?
Parma Violet Gin.
What?
Violet Gin exists, and good lord, it's incredible.
Parma Violet Gin.
Parma Violet Gin is just gin that tastes like Parma Violets.
I'm trying to picture this because Parma Violets are very sweet, and gin is usually not such a sweet alcohol.
Yeah, you mix it with lemonade and put fruit in it as well to kind of like just help that. But like it's gin, tastes like violets. It's incredible. Over the course of one particularly, long night upon the stuff, I invented a new drink called the Parma Violence, where you have the violet gin and lemonade and just put a shot of vodka in it.
Okay.
And don't do that. Don't do that. It's a bad time for all involved. You are killing this apple bobbing mini game, crazy man.
Boom.
I like the kid. That guy was basically warning us about the sugar stuff. I think this game may have been directly responsible for the sugar tax.
Well, we got 20 pieces of candy for it, so I doubt it somehow.
That's pretty greedy that it's asking us to get 20 apples out of this battle. It leaves some for the rest of the kids. 20? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you normally get like 1 or 2.
Yeah, but they're not as
If
good.
that, I don't think I've ever successfully bobbed an apple, if that is the phrase. Oh, but no, I've not done it.
Did you just warn us about sugar and then give us candy for apple
Possibly.
bobbing?
I've been trying to not pay too much attention.
You want to look out for them natural sugars in these apples. You want to take these processed sugars. They're way better for you.
Yes.
This apple bar been sponsored by. You'd think I know a sugar company. Sugar
Castor.
company. Just imagine this joke is still going. Sugar industry, sugar company,
Yeah, why don't I know any
sugar.
brands of sugar?
sugar companies. I can't pronounce any.
Castor
British
sugar
sugar.
brand.
For fuck's sake.
British
yeah, the joke
sugar.
failed.
Okay.
Okay.
So if anybody watching this it feels like they want to play something like, but not quite this, tomorrow
More
a game
hard
that
edges.
Noodles and I worked on that is very similar but not this is coming out on the Minecraft Marketplace. So feel free to go and play that.
Do that. It's a really good game. This is very good.
Mrs. Putterpam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mrs. Putterpam. I wish I could come up with such good character names.
How do you come up with character names usually? Because I literally
Random
just
name generator.
steal.
I use my
Really?
brain. I use my brain as a random name generator. Sometimes I'll go and look up like baby name sites that can be quite good.
I will usually, because like first names, great with them usually. Surnames or like convincing sounding surnames are difficult. So I will literally
Oh, yeah.
just like think of a first name or baby name generator, and then just steal a surname of somebody that I already know.
Just take a first name and stick son on the end to make it
All that,
Swedish. Yeah. The characters of Beach Bonfire just came up with the names off the top of my head, and I specifically chose Aoife as a name because it's spelled Aoife, and I wanted to see how many different ways people will pronounce it based on the spelling.
So it's pronounced Aoife.
Aoife, yeah. But it looks like Aoife, or...
But it's spelled
Aoife.
You weird, crazy mean person. Well, I think I've got like 7 different projects with a lead character called Aaron, just because I haven't released any of them yet. So I was like, you know what, the first one that gets finished, I'll release that, then I'll just Control F and just change the names and all the rest. Job done. Good little placeholder name.
There was a lady who made some videos about Beach Bonfire with like complaints or things she thought were broken with it.
Oh,
firstly, she did mispronounce Aoife, which made me happy. And secondly, one of her complaints was that she found the hidden command room with all of the control powers for the game, and I'd labelled quite a lot of the command blocks with notes, and I'd referred to the beach umbrellas as brollies, and she was American and didn't know what a brolly was and complained that the label wasn't clear.
It's
even though it was an internal label not designed to be seen by players. It was just a personal note. But yeah,
there's an odd flex.
Open Brollies was like, I don't know what Brollies is.
It's good that people are, actively going into your stuff and being like, okay, cool, we're going to review some stuff.
She did actually compliment the command room for its neatness, so I was quite happy with that command room as well. It stayed very neat. Usually when I make games, I start off with the best of intentions for staying neat, and then things just suddenly, this takes a little bit more space than all the other things in this nice neat row. Crap.
When I was working on Creeper Factory with you, I had that dev build without the music in it, and I sort of was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go see what all the command blocks look like, because I can't do command blocks or code for shit. And I took one look at them. I was like, nope, okay, we're done here. It's the same with the Foxy Boxes stuff. Like, it's just 30,000 yards of command blocks. It's like they are doing something.
Creeper Factory got a bit messy. Gio is here. What is this video game? Hey, wait a minute. This is Earthbound.
This is Earthbound.
This is.
I've just played Earthbound.
Okay, look. I'm going to answer your question with another question to begin with, which is, did you read the title of the stream? And if that hasn't answered it for you, then feel free to ask again what this game is. I wish it was Earthbound. I would love to play Earthbound.
Never played it.
I don't think it ever officially got a European release.
That's the problem.
Not. Oh, that explains a lot. Because you see a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the crap is that something we can emulate? What's our stance on emulators on this channel?
It's a pain in the ass. Well, that's basically my stance.
But morally, we're okay with that.
I don't know. I'm pretty lazy. Like, things that take effort, I'm not sure if I'm okay with them.
Personally, and I'm not saying this is necessarily an ethical reasoning at all, but could be just coincidence, but might also be ethical. I haven't decided because I haven't come across the situation yet. All the games I have ever emulated, I have actually purchased also. Which is
I've either purchased them or tried to find and pay for them and couldn't.
Yeah, that's also. I would have no problem with somebody trying to legitimately buy a game, failing. Giorgio, this is Costume Quest, a game by Tim Schafer, which involves. It's actually surprisingly like Stick of Truth, in the sense that you kind of make believe fight, and the different Halloween costumes give you like different powers in the fighting setup. Like you'll see it in this current fight that's probably happening right now for you. He sort of role plays this huge mech, which is just like a little cardboard suit, which is kind of cool. The SNES Classic does that come with Earthbound? And this has also been ported. This has been ported to PC, so this isn't actually running through a capture card. But we do have a capture card. We're just not using it.
I think you can get it on the Wii U.
I was going to say it may have been released recently in some shape or form, but
Earthbound for Wii U. That's the thing. Is it on the Switch then, or?
Not currently.
to my
Welcome to the stream where we bumble around Google for half an hour trying to work out where we can buy a copy of Earthbound. Thanks, Geo. You brought this upon yourself. Also, this is exactly like Earthbound. It is on the Wii U. Thank you very much.
I don't have a Wii U. I know
nobody has a Wii U. That was the problem with it.
Yeah, I know.
So, like I said, they've never given it a European release.
I'm not really saying that the Wii U was in any way a bad console. It was just nobody knew about it.
So poorly marketed.
Yeah, because everyone thought it was like a new type of controller for the Wii.
Yeah, literally.
And as a result, there were very few third-party games for it, and in fact, there weren't that many like exclusive first-party games for it either. And I think by the time the Wii U was kind of out for a year, they were already thinking about the Switch, so they were already like focusing things like, there wasn't a new Animal Crossing for the Wii U that was reserved for the Switch, which I'm really excited for, by the way. And Breath of the Wild was developed for the Switch and just kind of had that backwards compatibility for the Wii U.
Yeah, because like people knew the Wii U was going out properly when Breath of the Wild was shown on it, and it was just tanking. It's like, this is not optimized for this system at all.
Gigi, this is what I'm asking. The SNES Classic, the little tiny copy of the SNES with a lot of games on it, does that have Earthbound on it? Because you can't just... I don't think you can add more SNES games to it. I think it just comes packed with a selection of SNES games, right?
SNES Classic.
Whether Earthbound is included in that.
Earthbound. By game number 17, Earthbound.
I know that Toby... Oh, is it on there? Nice.
Appears that it might be.
I know that Toby Fox, who made Undertale, started by making mods of Earthbound. So
yeah,
I really want to play it to see like the similarities and the ways that it might have inspired Undertale.
Okay, so it would appear that short of getting a SNES Mini or a Wii U, the Wii U is probably cheaper.
I'm not even that surprised.
A SNES Mini is more expensive than a Wii U.
I was being savage initially, but then I thought about it, and actually I'm probably not far off in my estimates. Wii U on eBay, the UK eBay store, you can get one for between £100 and £150, which is fine, I guess. You can get a Switch, which is just the Wii U but better for twice that, so do that. But like whatever. Or
I bought a 3DS recently for like 300, and the Wii U's newer. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, this
SNES Mini you can get for £85 to £100. So I would argue that the Wii U is actually better priced, because then you can play Pikmin as well, which is the only game I ever played on that system. It's the only game I ever played on that system, and it's the first time I'd ever played Pikmin, and sweet Jesus, I love Pikmin.
I played it on GameCube.
I never had a GameCube until I was like 21.
Really?
I bought one.
I've never had a GameCube either. I played Pikmin and Sims and Mario Kart Double Dash on various friends' GameCube. And Crazy Taxi.
Oh, Crazy Taxi! You can get that on Steam.
Yes,
we should play
I
that.
got it
Yeah, Crazy. I got it the other day. I was like, oh my goodness, it's Crazy Taxi.
It was like $1 for that and a couple of others on the Humble Bundle.
Shit, yes.
I'd forgotten how bad the controls were.
Oh god, yeah. When was... So this must have been... When did Crazy Taxi come out? Okay, let's do some quick... Crazy Taxi came out on the Dreamcast It was ported to the Dreamcast in 2000. It appeared in arcades in 1999 and was on the Dreamcast in 2000. So we're probably looking at 2002 when I first played it. I was at a out-of-school club at primary school, and it took us... We had it on for like an hour and a half before the people running it realised that we probably shouldn't be playing Crazy Taxi. Since then... remember, that just sticks in my mind as a really good memory of like the first time where like the adults screwed up an age rating. I guess it's so good. Yeah, I love that game.
Just got a tweet, by the way, from somebody saying won't be able to watch it, referring to this stream in its entirety. But holy shit, that grown up with the bag of candies was savage as fuck, and I love it.
Huh.
I don't know which grown up, which savage AF grown up.
Okay, we've been streaming for what? Okay, let's try and reverse engineer this.
It was 25 minutes ago they tweeted this.
25 minutes ago, so we're looking at 25 past, maybe? Okay, so we're probably looking before Shrek Yoda stole our sibling. So it must have been like an opening cutscene that we've since forgotten because Earthbound seems far more attractive.
Maybe, was it the apple bobbing thing?
No, I would have been waiting for that. That was very recent.
I don't know then.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you... Oh dear. But yeah, okay, cool. Crazy man, have you got a list of games that we should play for the stream?
Yes.
Cool.
I will post
Earthbound.
them in the thing later.
Nice.
With the ones
In
that
fact, if you go to accidentalgames.com /
the,
what is
the
it?
web
Give me a
page
URL.
that broke and doesn't work anymore.
No, I fixed it.
Oh, did you?
Accidental
Oh, in which
games
case
slash...
it's still out of date. Because I've assumed it's been broken for a while, so I've not updated it.
What is it? For games to Let's Play?
You should be able to find it just from the homepage pretty easily.
I may have removed it from the homepage.
Well, then there's probably
okay.
a good reason for it.
accidentalgames.com, let's have a look.
No, it's still there. It's accidentalgames.com / indecisive47. That was it.
Oh god, okay, indecisive. C-I-S. Indecisive 47, there we go.
I also linked it in the stream chat.
What should Crazy Man play? All that, I could have just gone to that, but it turns out it's funnier listening to me trying to work out how to spell basic words.
This page broke because Dropbox stopped letting you like read Dropbox files as web pages, and I was basically letting Crazy Man just type game names into a text document on our Dropbox, and it broke, so I had to move it to a database.
Hey, Costume Quest is on this list.
Yep.
This now has 64 though.
Years old.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Akami for the Wii.
I think we made this shortly after you finished Sleeping Dogs, or while you were playing Sleeping Dogs.
Sorry, I'd like to say since I've made that list, Akami did come out for the PC, and I now have it on the PC as well. Because it's just that list.
I keep needing to play Akami. Is it worth playing? Have either of you guys played it?
Yes. Like visually and for like, I'll be honest, the gameplay itself isn't the best, but it's fairly easy and lazy. The story and text is fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Just because of the weirdness of it, and ridiculousness at most points. Yeah, play it, dude. You'll enjoy it.
Okay. It's on the Switch, so I'll definitely pick that up.
As I understand it, the ported version for PC was like remastered with better graphics, but it also had issues where you couldn't skip cutscenes or something.
No.
That's not an issue. That's part of its initial design.
Yeah. Basically, when it was first made, the company then released it for PS2, went out of business, were told to go and make a port for the Wii, and basically just had to go back through all their files to find as much of it as they could. Because they didn't...
So they went bust and then they were rehired for this?
I think so, effectively. And then, some other good stuff happened. Maybe it was a falling out between, like, Thingy and publisher. if that makes sense.
We're never going to see a proper remaster of Final Fantasy VIII because they have straight up lost the code. Effectively. I learned that the other day. That was quite funny. Just Square Enix as well. Like, how are you that big and losing code?
Someone just left
Ape
it on a
Escape.
train.
Didn't you stream Ape Escape?
Yeah,
Or
I
part
did.
of it?
Yeah, like I said, that list is effectively useless.
Yeah, Uncharted Drake's Fortunes on it.
Yeah, I've basically... Ooh. I'm not sure if I finished the third one, but I did play the first two, definitely.
I definitely own all of the Uncharted games for a PS3 that wasn't mine. It was my ex's when I lived with her, and therefore don't have one anymore. And when I got a PS4, I was really looking forward to being able to play them again. And of course, there's no backwards compatibility. So, well, shit. Which initially I was very annoyed about, and then actually learned how backwards compatibility works and how difficult it is. And you know what? It's fine. Don't care. Especially given recent news stories about how hard developers and stuff have to work as it is. You know what? I can live without backwards compatibility in PS4. It's fine. That Rockstar thing earlier about the dating this video for future viewers. So that Rockstar thing earlier on about the 100-hour work week and stuff like that angered me somewhat.
Yeah.
Anyone that follows me on Twitter saw the rant.
A friend I went to uni with ended up at Rockstar. Feel sorry for him. Don't know if he's still there or not.
I think that's every week for the past month we've had some sort of high-level industry bullshit happen.
Yeah, Google Plus.
Yes.
And of course, Telltale going down.
Yep. It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, the games industry is not a fun place to be right now. Which is another reason why I like working with Raspberry so much, because that company is very chill.
Where was
We look
that
after each other.
American person that wasn't letting me in a place?
Zacklash is not here.
No.
Which means you can go in.
Hooray!
I saw a really interesting thread on Twitter earlier from the perspective of somebody who used to work on Google Plus, talking about how dysfunctional the team was.
We didn't notice. It's fine.
We didn't notice there was a
point did
team.
that come across.
There's a lot of things that you sign into with Google Plus. I assume that that's just going to be kept, and it'll just be.
I think
instead of Google Plus.
I think the official statement that I saw was it's being kept for businesses and stuff like that. Like it's still being supported, just like on a consumer level, like on a pleb level, I guess. It's just not being a thing anymore.
Yeah, I remember that we had a YouTube account, and then they gave us a new YouTube account because we had. I think we have two Accidental Games YouTube accounts. I have two personal YouTube accounts. One has 0 videos and no subscribers on it, but that's because we had an account and then it wasn't a Gmail address linked to it, so we had to make a new one. And then a little while later, it wasn't linked to Google Plus, so they made us a Google Plus account, which was linked but separate from the Accidental Games YouTube. So we had a third YouTube account with the same name linked to Google Plus. And yeah, at one point there were 3, and then one of them vanished, so now there's only 2.
I'm beginning to think that the entire media industry is falling apart.
Only beginning. Wow.
Well, I mean, I've invested a lot of time and money, especially with this degree as well. I'm investing a lot of time and money in the media sector, and I'd quite like to at least kid myself that it's fine for a bit.
All right. Then don't worry. You have nothing to worry about.
See, that's all it takes. Ignorance and hubris. That's how everything gets done in the media industry. Oh, good Christ.
Dreams
Why
and
did I choose
PVA glue.
Chocolate update. It's still good.
Screw you. I hate you.
This just in, deliciousness.
That's 1 square down, so I have 3% of my energy, 7% of the fat, 15% of the saturates, 4% of the sugars, but less than 1% of the salt.
Thanks for the update, Alex. Back
That's
to you
cool.
in the studio, crazy man.
Ah, I think I'm being hit by an invisible squirrel.
Is Crazy Man being hit by an invisible squirrel? The answer may surprise you.
It's yes! It's yes!
Huh. Let me fix this by
What is punching you?
It was an invisible squirrel. They literally, it'll say in a minute, you'll see.
Oh, right. I thought you were just randomly talking
No,
about squirrels.
I don't lie. I just tell truths, and then nobody believes me because my life ends up being more weird than anyone would ever believe reality to be. It's very sad.
What is that thing you're doing? What is that thing you're doing where you kind of like crouch down and there's like a yellow
It's a
blur
shield.
appears above your head? It's a
Yeah,
shield.
it's
Okay.
the dustbin lid. Obviously.
Oh, of course.
I'm trying to think what this reminds me of, just like conceptually. Isn't it?
Geo was bound to type in the chat now. Earthbound!
Oh dear. Geo also says, oh no, not Google Plus. Google Plus is a predecessor for the Circle. I don't know if the Circle is an actual thing.
I think it's like
But
a film.
It's
or
a very
TV
ominous
show.
name.
It's on Netflix.
Oh. I'll have to look into that. I was going to say something. Can't remember what it was because I was too busy being caught up in that.
Something about circles?
It's got Emma Watson in it.
Oh yeah, I think it wasn't it Rugrats that kind of had like the premise for each episode was they dress up in a thing and then suddenly it's all like, okay, they are actually those things now for a bit. I don't know, perhaps, but I'm getting a Rugratsy vibe from this. Maybe because it's like children doing stuff or whatever.
The Circle. A young woman, Emma Watson, lands a job at a powerful internet company, but soon discovers that its lavish perks and gung-ho culture conceal a troubling agenda.
Honestly, that sounds like a synopsis of like.
With Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
That sounds like a school project that's like when you're like 12 and the teacher asks you for homework to give a synopsis of something. That sounds like that synopsis. There's honestly like nothing about that interests me about the film.
It's like you know when you can tell something was done at like 4:50 on a Friday.
Yeah, right. I know. Just generic.
That's the kind of synopsis that I write down if I have an idea on the bus and the stop is like the next stop. I'll get Google Docs open and I'll be like, a hamster stands too close to a microwave and sprouts wings and now it can fly, and then I get off the bus.
See, that's already sounding more exciting. Like the other one was
A hamster
someone
played by Emma Watson.
It's like the other one was like some character has a job that's amazing, and then it turns out, oh, it might not actually be amazing. It's like, oh no, what a fucking twist!
There's a board game. I think it's called Articulate, and it has a variety of fun sort of different things with the cards that you draw. But one of them is the card gives you basically all of the premises for the game cards is that you have to write down something, and then all of the things are read out, including the real answer, and then everybody has to vote for which one they think is the real answer. But one of them is movies. So they find these really, really obscure, shitty movies, and they give you the title of the movie, like The Reddening or whatever, and then you have to or like a going away or something like that. And you have to write a synopsis for what you think the blurb for the film would be, like the thing on the back of the DVD or the VHS.
All right, yeah.
And what's hilarious is you can be really silly with that one because the actual synopsis is usually ridiculous. These random films I've never heard of with really odd premises. That's kind of fun. That's sort of what that premise reminds me of.
Yeah, innit? And literally, I was watching the trailer with the sound off, and it literally ever since Black Mirror came out, a lot of people have thought that they can do Black Mirror. is my review of this, what this looks like so far, certainly. An hour 49 minutes. I might think about watching that.
So you've already given me a better synopsis, and
what, The Circle?
The Circle.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, Noodles' synopsis seemed to be the best so far. And
I also really like how if you apparently it's got a 66% match for the kind of shit I watch, which again I can only assume comes from the fact that I watched Black Mirror yesterday, and and Maniac is in my list. That's it. Oh, and Star Trek, I guess, because there was some big lights and some computer screens. That's it. For someone that works in media and cares about media quite a lot, I'm already so incredibly jaded by this bullshit. Oh, and Red Dwarf's there, I guess. Need to watch more Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf's much better. Just watch that instead. Just
there we go. Thinking about watching The Circle? Just watch Red Dwarf. There we go.
It's probably more believable.
At one point during this
special recommendation,
I had the intro for Red Dwarf stuck in my head. Not the theme tune, but the bit where it goes.
Yeah.
So cool. I like that.
I've had the theme tune stuck in my head since primary school. It just refuses to leave. Oh. God, I need a new chair. This chair is not doing my back any favours anymore. How much are desk chairs these days? Desk chair, come.
I think we've reached the point in the stream where no one is watching Crazy Man play, audience and co-commentators, and we're just like, let's just Google the definition of this thing.
Let's just Google shit. It's fine.
We've given up trying to get running commentary on something we're 30 seconds behind on.
So the accidental stream, come for something that may or may not be correctly labelled. Stay for Noodles looking for a desk
If you bother
chair.
to look at your screen, you will see the Statue of Liberty fighting.
That is...
Oh, no, I'm not up to the fight scene yet. I think it's Statue of Liberty, but it's not a thing yet. Okay, now it's a thing.
I would like to publicly state on the record right now that charging £140 for an office chair can get right to fuck. Bugger that. I'll ruin my spine, thanks. An osteopath's appointment is cheaper.
I was at the Mojang offices at one point, and I leaned back on the chair, and it made a sort of worrying click noise, and they were like, "Oh, don't break the chair." I was like, "I don't want to break the chair." I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to break the chair. Those things cost like a month's wages." Holy crap! That's for one chair. Okay.
What I mean by that, of course, is that if you break company property, they just dock a month's wages.
Yeah, but I'm not employed by them, so they're just gonna like force me to pay them a month's worth of Mojang earnings.
Nah, you just got to work on Minecraft for a month.
Now you'd owe even more money.
I will add throwable bricks and
Throwable bricks.
Yes, and a link to GameMode4.co whenever somebody logs in.
I never knew I wanted throwable bricks in Minecraft until now.
I think it was a running joke on our channel for a while. Bricks were supposed to be like this really good weapon. I think there was a mod at some point where you could throw bricks, and if they hit like glass, they'd shatter the glass and keep going.
Well,
I'll say from my limited knowledge of how it works, just replace a snowball with a brick and then up the damage. Done. So wish.
I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be going now, because I thought I just had to max out the cannon bar for the next bit of plot, but that
Makes you
doesn't
feel
really
any better.
seem to have done anything.
If it makes you feel any better, I certainly haven't been watching the stream for about 20 minutes. I've been on the other thing looking at Earthbound and watching Netflix trailers.
Maybe we should wrap it up at this point then.
So, in short, Lidl's chocolate is great. Earthbound is on the Wii U. Desk chairs are expensive. Sparks doesn't like gelatin.
And Costume Quest is quite a forgettable game.
Done. Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you all for watching, I guess.
Yeah, we'll
Download Eeny Meeny Halloween.
Download Eeny Meeny Halloween.
Marketplace tomorrow.
Yeah, 16th of October. It's cheaper than a desk chair. Most things are, apparently. Fucking hell. Coolio. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.